Welcome back. Today we're going to start in child's pose, so you can take your knees out as wide as the mat if that feels comfortable, and just walk your hands forward, dropping your forehead to the mat. If you'd like, you're welcome to add 1 or 2 or as many pillows as you'd like, and just take them and set them right in between your legs, tuck them in close, and then rest your body on top, taking off some of the pressure from your shoulders. This is an especially good variation for those who are expecting and want to protect their bellies a little bit more, but also for those who find child's pose to be a little bit uncomfortable and cramped. Just open your body up for a little more space. I'm just going to move back to the other variation to walk you through our breathing exercise. When you feel you've come to the present moment, I want you to shift your attention towards your breath. Just noticing on your inhales where your body expands and makes room, and then on your exhales where it gives and releases. There's no need to change your breath here. Maybe you take note of the sensation you feel right above your upper lip as you breathe in and out your nose. Take a few clearing breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Then, removing any props you may have used, we'll come forward into tabletop position. We won't stay here long as we take our right foot up to meet our right hand towards the edge of the mat. You're welcome to use a block here to support you in your practice, or you can join me by interlacing fingers above the knee and then finding some motion by moving forwards and backwards, just starting to get into the hips, releasing some of that stress. Throughout today's practice, keep in mind your jaw and do your best to release any tension or tightness that you might be holding in it. Then we'll release, move forward, bring our hands to the mat. Go ahead and roll onto the knife edge side of your foot and gently press into your knee. I'll give you a quick view here. And just being mindful of our knee, we'll just gently press on it, focusing our hips to open up a little bit more. Your nervous system might start talking to you here. But as always, our intention stays on the breath, finding an internal way to regulate ourselves. Go ahead, release, and press back into a child's pose. We'll take a moment to regulate ourselves. Perhaps we take a clearing breath. And we'll come forward again, taking it to the opposite side. Interlacing those fingers or using a block. We'll find that motion of shifting forwards and backwards. Hips are oftentimes the place people store emotions or trauma, so it's completely normal to feel irritable, even emotional. Just give yourself grace, especially in those postures that push you closer to your edge. We'll come forward and release our hands back to the mat. Again, rolling onto the outside of our foot, being mindful of our knee and gently pressing that hip open. Staying connected with you. And we'll release, making our way back to a child's pose. Again, taking this moment for yourself. and come forward. I'll move to the side to give you a quick view of our next posture. It's called frog pose. Basically taking our hips as wide as we can. You might like to move to the long side of your mat to give support to your knees. I'll give you a good view from this angle. We'll have our toes pointed outwards. If that's just too uncomfortable, go ahead and tuck them under. Make sure you engage through the core. You're welcome to use a block to assist you here, or come all the way down onto your forearms. Find a motion shifting forwards and backwards, or just stay still. This can be a pretty intense posture, so make sure you find your edge at about 70 to 80% of your full depth. The goal here is to make yourself comfortable in the uncomfortable. And then we'll release, being very mindful. And touch your toes together. Slowly bring your knees in towards one of another. Take your time. We'll lean back onto our hands and gently press our hips towards the sky, finding some relief. You're welcome to take any rebound pose that feels rejuvenating to your body. We'll release, swinging our feet out from under us, bringing them forward, feet planted. We'll walk them about mat distance wide, or just wide enough until your knees knock in towards each other and you can feel a good amount of stretch on the outside of your hip. We'll go ahead, bring our feet back in towards each other, taking one leg and crossing it over the other. We'll come into this figure 4 posture. To go deeper here, just walk your hands further under you, lift up out of your shoulders, and close that space between your chest and your legs. When you feel complete here, replace your foot back to the mat and automatically take it to the other side, finding your depth here. When you feel complete on this side, replace your foot back to the mat, and I'll just shift to the side to give you a better view, but we'll just drop into the easy sitting pose, taking a moment to breathe, and we'll make our way to fire log. So taking your knee out directly from your hip, we'll bend 90 degrees over and up, stacking our ankle over our knee and knee over ankle. It's alright if your knee doesn't reach your other ankle. Just begin to coax it towards there. This can be a pretty intense feeling on the outer hips and glutes, so just be mindful of that. Don't push yourself too far, but just far enough to be a little bit outside of your comfort zone. Find your depth and breath and settle in. Take a nice deep breath in here. Unwind here. We'll just switch, taking it to the opposite side. Stacking knee over ankle and ankle over knee. Find your edge, drop into yourself, and breathe here. One good deep breath here. Go ahead and unwind here. Mindfully bringing our feet back out in front, making them about mat distance wide. Just knock our knees back in towards each other. Then we'll release our knees and just find a swaying windshield wiper motion from side to side. Come back and make your way into an easy seat. Taking a quick breath here before moving into this sort of cradling posture. So our foot in towards one elbow, and then our knee into the other elbow. We'll hold our calf and sort of find this rocking, cradling motion. This is a great active posture to help open up your hips. You can change the sensation you feel with how far or how close your leg is in towards your body. You're welcome to play around with that. And go ahead and let go, bringing it to the opposite side. It's important to keep the knee joint closed as you pull it up towards your body, and then open it when you have it more in the cradle position. This just helps to keep your knee joint protected and safe so you don't pull on it in any wrong way. Rock the calf a few more times and let it go. Drop back down into that easy seat before coming into butterfly. Feet together, knees drop down. You're welcome to have your feet in as close or as far out from your body as you would like. Maybe you send your elbows out to your knees, or take one hand and press it into one knee and then the other, working out any places of tension that you might have missed. And release. We'll take a moment here in closing to drop within ourselves. You're welcome to check on your hips, see how they feel now versus when you first began. And just take a few deep breaths. Release tension, release effort. Sending love, gratitude, kindness, and grace to your hips for being willing to open. Namaste.